The eye of
And
the
you
tiger.
gave and you took
Hello, everyone.
without taking. So
Christopher
give
and
me
I
a chance, oh Jordan.
are having a blessed evening.
I'm doing just fine. Where is everybody? Hello,
We're doing just
world.
fine. We're here before people start saying hello.
Sarcastic.
We're here on time. Where's everyone else?
Hey,
Where are
welcome.
all of you? How are all of you? Who are all of you?
Hey, I just had this thought. And it's all about the chat.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to say this publicly before many people are in here. We love all of you.
Yep.
It's about time. Lumberjack Tim, I was so on time. It was not even funny.
Christopher.
Lumberjack Tim.
He's here.
I was so on time today.
He's here all day. We're gonna be here.
Why don't you center up for me?
Why don't you eat some potatoes?
Jordan,
Why
what are we
not
doing
paint
today?
Upside down.
What are we doing today?
We're
And
doing
what have
the
we done?
extra hard challenge. We're painting upside down today.
What?
We're painting upside down. Time for a little bit of vertigo.
That scares me.
This
Speaking
is-
of scaring me, welcome in everybody.
Hey,
This
everyone.
is Monument Hobbies. You are the beautiful people of us, the chat, the Discord, the
You are
world at
not
large,
Part of chat.
the hobby
Christopher.
nerds. No, I'm saying they are a part of chat.
We
are a
not-
part
I
of
know you really want to be part of chat.
it. I
You
literally
do not
am the
get
boat.
that beautiful pleasure.
I'm literally the boat. Can you pull your palette down for me a little bit too, for my OCD?
Eat your shorts.
There you go. Thank you.
Christopher.
No, we. Hey, speaking of
We the people.
hobby nerds out there, Blood Walrus, 13 months for
Heyo.
18 months. Thank you so much.
Someone's got a liar badge. Let's go.
Moe's Magic, what's up? Love your
What's
faces.
up? We got Nokren, Emery Paint Liquor,
We
Flapjack.
got Okran,
Swifter.
Paint Liquor,
Mo.
Swifter Bear.
What's going on, Tim?
Hey, speaking of
Lumberjack
Jordan, what are we doing today, Jordan?
We are
Where are we
finishing
picking
up this delightful, beautiful model.
Oh, so delightful.
We have finished venturing forth to paint
The crew.
the crew,
The whole crew.
the whole crew, the whole box. We painted
I like it.
Grogu on day one.
Yep. Painting tiny models.
Paint tiny models.
Little mini series for your mini models.
We painted up to a nice like basic tabletop standard, and then we painted them up a little bit nicer.
Yep.
Showed you kind of two different
And
ways.
I really, just to clarify, you're going to do some more to the basing, but the basing base right now, the base of the basing,
The base
came
of the
out
basing. Excellent. Yep. We're gonna do a little bit more. Not too much, but a little bit more.
Legion, Mark. These are from Legion. All of them are.
And then after that, we took some time to paint our very own
True Metallic Chrome.
Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, the man himself.
Came
myth,
out great.
legend. Yeah.
If you guys missed those VODs, check them out. You're gonna love
they're
those
really
for
good.
some chrome effects.
Yeah, this worked. This was just very successful.
Yeah.
Um,
This was a successful
And then-
unveiling.
after we were done with this, we moved along to the villain turned hero, Boba Fett. He got tired of being a bad guy.
His name's Bubbly Fett.
Bubbly Fett.
Bubbly Fett. Baba.
Bubbly fart?
Baba. No, excuse you. Excuse you. Okay. Whoa. Too many farts at one time.
Chris and I,
We are adult men painting on a
same-
serious business painting stream today.
Boba Fett.
Lumberjack says, I'm being ready to go paint my jam and take my expert acrylics. Nice.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Speaking of expert
That's
acrylics, I'm gonna use a
awesome.
little bit of the
Hey.
Carbon black right now.
Yeah, that's carbon black, huh?
carbon black.
Nice. Ooh, and it is dark.
Let the darkness through you.
Good stuff. Kenneth Red,
Right
8
here.
months. Thank you so much for that sub. How you doing, man?
We're gonna push the darkness in the pants, the pantalones,
His pantalones.
pantalones, dude.
In his pantalones.
Yes. In their pantalones.
And give me a chance, oh Jordan. And you came and you took without taking. So give me a chance, oh Jordan. Welcome in, everybody.
I'm worried about Christmas.
Evening all. Dunbris, what up? This has been really getting me jazzed for these models. I like them. I'm liking these
I'm thinking about picking up some
Heck yeah.
at a local game store this weekend.
Oh, You're going to Gamers Guild?
I might.
Oh.
What about you?
I might. I might not. We don't know. Chris has lots to do.
Chris has some amount to do.
Excuse you? Starting off hot and heavy. So what are you doing here with this?
Yeah, so I'm just kind of taking a slightly darker, more intense black than our coal black.
Yeah.
Which is this carbon black.
Uh-huh.
And I am just pushing the shadows on the black cloak and pants. Helped a little bit down here. It was, honestly, it was kind of just that little bit of additional help that I needed to really darken up the cloth to make it feel more black. Because there's this like large space in the middle of kind of his crotch area, for lack of a better term, that just looked really flat, and it just needed like a little bit of depth, like in this area, to give it a little bit more shape. We got that, which is great. So just doing some easy cleanup here. Same thing, I'm going to do a little bit of work here on the back.
This is what I need to use my expert acrylics for, is these steps. Like, I could have totally seen myself doing this with Payne's Gray to get some shadows back into some of my models. I'm always worried that I won't be able to blend it out, though.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so, I mean, we can go over a little bit of that, the technique that I'm using for that. One of the benefits of Procryl is that it is very good for doing this type of painting.
Yeah.
Because of the slightly longer working time that you get with Procryl.
Right.
These sorts of techniques where you're manipulating the paint when it's on the model still wet work really, really, really well.
Yeah.
It's enough extra working time that it just is that much easier to work with, but it's not so much extra working time that it just stays wet forever.
Right.
So it makes it more functional
to
use for that sort of thing. As you can see here, even on the front, it's now dry.
Yep.
Which is perfect.
No, it makes total sense.
And then let's see here. Do we have a fun amp color that we can use?
I put all the colors back. I was organizing and cleaning up today.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Let's see here. I'm gonna pull the red orange back out because we need to do a little bit more work on some of these orange bits.
Fibbly bits.
Fibbly bits. Fibbly flip. Fibbly flips. Alright. So I'm trying to introduce as little water to this as possible. I just want this to be pure red orange. And I'm using the kind of the flat side of the brush against the edges of these.
Yeah.
To catch just a little bit of that.
Yeah, okay.
This is basically freehand that I'm doing on the edges of those.
Mark says, I'm surprised to see you using a wet palette.
Why is that?
Well, Mark, probably why is because you see, obviously Jason does not use a wet palette, but Jordan uses a wet palette. But explain your wet palette is different from the normal. You keep yours rather dry.
I do. Yeah. So I mean,
what's up, Jade?
Like we talked about, Procryl stays open for a really long time. Well, not a really long time. Procryl stays open longer than what you would experience with other paints. And so, as a result, I tend to keep my wet palette a bit drier than most.
Okay.
Because I don't need as much extra, like, water introduced into the paint. For two reasons. One, the paint is already fairly thin to begin with. So I don't need to introduce more volume of paint into the mixture. And then also, I don't need it to get a smooth application because it's already thin enough to work with from the get-go. So I just use enough water so that it kind of evaporates at the same rate that it's pulling water up from the palette. So I get a really consistent open time for a long period of time, especially when I'm doing like blends and things like that. Because one of the things that you'll notice when you look at my painting versus Jason's painting is generally I do a lot more mixing than Jason does. Jason does a lot of layering on the model with individual colors, and he does blend quite a bit. I blend a lot. I do a lot of really small micro blends between things. So having
Yeah.
a little bit of an extra open time on the palette from the wet palette is very helpful for me.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
So that's why I tend to veer towards a wet palette over a dry palette. Now, I use a dry palette all the time at home sometimes.
Yeah.
Or not all the time. That was a weird way to phrase that. I oftentimes will use a dry palette at home when I'm doing like large volumes of models. I'll use a well palette.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Especially with our paints because they last so long in a well palette that I can go through an entire army without having to add more paint to the mixture.
Yeah.
So it works.
A well
really...
palette is like a little.
Yeah, like those traditional like artist little well
that's what I
palette
use,
plastic
yeah.
things. Yeah, they're great.
I use a little tin and then I reprime it.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely, Mark. We love those questions. Chuck
Yeah,
says,
it's a great question.
In today's episode of Adventures in Machine Shops, I was told some of the shop floor staff won't talk to me because I look unapproachable and scary and I'm mean.
Wait, this is Chuck?
That's Chuck. Bakamaru, thank you for that sub, 21 months. And
that's so weird, Chuck.
Chuck, that's weird because you are a nice, kind
You
fellow.
are none of those things.
Bakamaru says, hey, I made it to stream for once. I was going to say, Baku, we haven't seen you. Work's been hell, time in the hospital, but looking forward to a Friday fun day painting. Oh,
Yeah,
well, I'm
man.
glad you're
It's
feeling good.
Great to see you, Bakamaru. It's been a minute.
Welcome in. Mark says, having a background in watercolor, mixing colors is second nature for me. Nice. Yes, Big Duke says, Baby J's beard is always so well trimmed.
Big Duke. The Duke that is the big kind. Hello, sir. Welcome in. Jade, I too love this figurine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have had such a blessing painting up all of these models over the past couple of days.
Yeah.
They've been super duper fun.
If y'all missed of the last couple days, he's been painting up the crew.
So we got Grogu, little
Grogu.
I have to really admit,
I really want to play this team.
I love how small this model is.
I know.
They did a good job of nailing the scale.
Yeah.
Where it feels appropriate to still have like on the table.
Yep.
But just looks spectacular. And
yeah,
then,
it's super. It feels right, and I hope
Mhm.
it plays fun in the game. Like,
yeah,
I'm sure it does.
And this pose is just
Yeah.
so good too.
Yes, these are all three very cool models.
I'm definitely happy that we put the gun on the back. I think it benefits from having the gun on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Shatterpoint models, I do like the size on the Shatterpoint models.
Are they a little bigger?
They're a little bit bigger. They have a little bit more of a cartoony proportion almost. Like they kind of feel like they're almost ripped right out of the Clone Wars art style, which is cool. I really like that in a lot of ways. But yeah. And then we're working on Boba Fett right now.
Bobley the Fett.
Bobley the Fett. And then did I see somebody we have from Romania up in the chat? Who dat? Romania? Oh. Camel Triber, what's going on? On the brush. Hello. Oh, Mark, you're painting the Hello There pack. Nice. Happy National Donut Day. Chuck.
I didn't realize that.
We
didn't get any donuts for the office.
We should have.
That's on Jordan though.
That's on me?
Well, it is now.
Oh, that's a bummer.
You still have time. You don't have time.
Yeah. No, it's like, yeah, chat.
You're trapped.
Hey,
you're on this painting train right now.
We'll have to take stream on the go.
Stream on the go. I'll just switch it to my phone.
Can you imagine if we just took stream with us?
Why not?
To go get donuts from Bosa down the road and bring them back to the office.
Wow. Could be a fun adventure.
That actually would be hilarious.
I'll switch it over
fun.
to my phone.
But anyways, we're here. We got to paint this guy.
Of antibodies.
We can't leave this model unpainted. Christopher will be mad at me.
I will. So get going. A Rudy too.
Is there anybody who you had fear of
do it
painting a model on time in stream?
No, I don't have that fear. I'm curious to see how the green will turn out.
Yeah.
Like so many other people will.
So,
and it says, fine, I'll go get donuts, be there in 3 days, question mark? No,
hey,
don't do that for us.
You'll be back on Monday.
We appreciate that.
That sounds great.
Jason will be back on Monday as well.
I'm excited to see him. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
He's a good guy.
That guy.
He's
that Jason guy.
He's okay.
He's all right.
He's all right.
We
You know,
we like him
come on.
enough.
He's okay.
He's okay. Yeah.
He's all right.
But Jason, if you're there in chat, lurking about, we have love for you in our hearts, in our deepest hearts of hearts.
That's what the teleprompter says, so we read it aloud.
Don't tell him, Christopher. We're supposed to make him believe it. Dang
oh, that's okay. Do it, coward.
Shucks.
Hey, I won't, little Billy. You don't tell me what to do. I'm my own man.
Oh, I'm my own man.
T. Schmidt, that'd be awesome. Hey.
All right.
Yeah, I know. I'll just hook up my phone to our Twitch and I'll just follow Baby J.
All right, petroleum brown wash. Here we go.
That would be so silly. Ooh, petroleum brown wash. What are you doing with this?
This is going to be our wash for the green.
Sassy boy, you.
Going to be the wash for the green.
Okay.
And a little bit of glaze and wash medium.
All
here.
right. All right. Don't tempt me with a good time.
Oh, I will tempt you with a good time.
Oh, my stars.
Not only will I tempt you with a good time, you will have a good time.
Oh, my. The Jordan satisfaction guarantee.
I'm not a man of weakness or inaction.
Uber Eats Some Donuts, says Jade. Not a bad idea. Little Billy, you are correct. This is a family show, and it is the Painting Train. Welcome in, everybody. We're so glad you're here. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday indeed.
For all of you whose weekend is approaching, for all of you who don't have a weekend, I'm so sorry. Hopefully you had a weekend at some point this week. And, yeah, we're here painting up some boba.
Yeah, of course, sorry.
I'm very happy that you all have chosen Monument Hobbies as your beautiful one-stop shop for all your hobby perfect toolkit needs. Said Christopher, the man, the myth, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
The good, the bad, the ugly?
The good, the bad, the ugly. We all have our moments. We all have our moments. Jordan, way less than all of us.
I'm sorry?
Because he's a well-trimmed man. I'm giving you a very, very deep level compliment. You don't have many ugly moments because you're a well-groomed man. He's a solid man. A man of the sun and the moon, I would say.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean.
Give me a chance, oh Jordan.
But I'm taking offense.
I have no idea what I was trying to say. I'm retired, so technically every day is a Saturday. Hey, Mark, congratulations. That sounds lovely. Estrello has a question.
Yeah.
I'm going to ping this question. Bing. If I wanted to paint older parchment, would going from drab brown to drab brown dark ivory mix to dark ivory make sense?
So, yeah, I think you're on the right track for sure. So, if it were me, I would go in the tradition of like how we do our shorts, right? Which is 3 colors, 5 steps. I would go drab brown. I might actually avoid dark ivory. Dark ivory would be a good option. It can definitely work. I'd actually go khaki. And then from khaki, I would go to probably like an ivory. I think would be a good one for that. And then I would call it there. Those 3 colors.
Hey, what a great workup.
Simple. And then what you can do is you can go over it with a little bit of glazes. Maybe of like some sepia would be really nice.
Some sepia.
If you've got the expert acrylics, I would really recommend that. I think that would be a solid choice. All right, what the heck color is this guy's gaffy stick again? I don't remember.
Gaffy stick.
Gaffy stick.
Chuckaleo Paints, what's cracking, nerds? Unfortunately, this will probably be my last time to catch you guys live. Starting working on Monday at a new job. Needs to make me some money to get some Monument Hobbies swag and new paints. Love you guys. Hey, we appreciate you and being super consistent and accepting that Chris will never be able to pronounce your name correctly, and I apologize. But I am so glad you're here, and you can always catch the VODs. Yeah, I know it's not the same, but you can always be in the loop. So, hearts out to you.
You'll never not be part of the team.
Beta Wolf says, today I got in my expert acrylics, and now I have every single paint you've ever made so far. That's awesome. I've been obviously you all saw me paint up Smaug this last week, giving it a really,
Smaug is a terrible.
good college try with those expert acrylics, and hopefully you all discovered with me this last week. But I really enjoyed using them and have started to incorporate them into my daily drive. Very much so for blending.
Yeah.
Data Wolf says that was fun watching. Oh, I appreciate that. I was truly discovering, hopefully alongside you all, the greens and the nickel azo and all those. I'm trying to, at home, essentially I've been doing a lot of the underpainting style that Jason has done, and then adding some of those and testing those out like on orc skin. But I also just finished my Gargant, my second Gargant.
Oh, it looks so good.
My second Gargant. I'll have to put it in the, let's see.
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
I'll throw it in Discord.
Put it in the chat.
It is still technically a work in progress.
All right, that wash is starting to dry. Now, okay, I need to grab sepia. Grabbing a little bit of sepia.
Cyberspy says, it was a good example of stippling, but since I waited for my new brush, I'm gonna have to watch videos of it again. Yeah, give it a try. I like stippling. It's fun, and I don't even know. I guess you could call what I was doing stippling, essentially.
All right, so we're mixing in a little bit of sepia with our camo green. This is going to be one of my favorite mixes, by the way. I've been waiting to do this for a long time. And this is the perfect kind of starting color. You want to punch in for me real quick?
Yeah. So, okay, I see what you're saying. What's the mix up here?
So this is camo green with sepia from the Expert Acrylic line. And this is that very traditional Boba Fett green that we all know and love. Put a little bit of a highlight, if you can see it right here on the cheekbone.
Yep, I can see it.
Right in there. You want to pull up a really quick reference for this too?
Sure.
I just want to make sure I'm not putting any of this in the wrong spot.
Let's see. I had a... Oh, this is the reference picture I saved for you. You liked.
Yeah, that works. Perfect.
Yeah, adjusted. There we go.
All right, and then I got to figure out how I'm going to bring up the brightness on this. I think so. If we were to go, let's kind of work through the colors that I would use for this. So I don't want something that's going to change the hue significantly. So keeping something like potentially like a khaki or a pale yellow, something that'll keep it kind of in that kind of slightly brighter. But
Cyberspy says, will you add more of the shadow effect on the helmet where the cheekbones are?
Yeah, I definitely can. Talking about like on this underside here.
Kind of like what you were just talking about a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that I would just take sepia, right? Or a mix of the camo green plus a little bit more sepia.
Does he have black on his helmet here?
No.
No, that's just
dark
shadow.
yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Morning Tide, what up?
Take a little bit of this black too, and I'll mix it in. And then that color with a little bit of that black mixed in.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, these are some of my favorite colors too.
Yes, my lord.
I feel like Chris. These are also some of the colors that Chris really likes too.
I do. I'm like, heck, I kind of like this as like a dark green, like orc skin.
Yeah, you could totally do a dark green orc skin with this, 100%.
Cyrus said, Spy says, not trying to push you to do it. Do it if you want. If you don't want to.
What's that?
No, I think about the cheeks. Not trying to push you to do it.
No, we're definitely
if
putting
you
some
don't
darker
want
shadow
to.
in there for sure. I just did it. For sure.
Yeah, I like how they went in the direction. Obviously, I've not seen, this is the first time I'm seeing, obviously. I thought of the old, Boba Fett, but this is a cool new design for him.
Yeah, I wonder what using
Cyber Spy, never feel bad.
a little bit of green brown would look like.
Yeah, you don't need to feel bad.
Feel bad for what? No. That was
We
a great
like
idea.
Suggestions.
Because remember,
Baby Dave does what we want him to do.
we are here to teach you guys stuff.
That's right.
Right? So if you guys don't ask the questions that you want to know the answers to, as crazy or outlandish as you might think they are, we love to hear that stuff because it gives us a direction to be able to go to try and help you learn more stuff.
Except for what Paint Liquor said, hot pink shadows in the cheeks. Not that.
Yeah. We ignore that part. Yeah. Yeah.
All the questions are great and suggestions are awesome.
Except for
Hot
that
pink, no.
All right. So mixed a little bit of the green brown from the AMP line
Okay.
into this, and I'm just checking to see. Ooh.
Alex WP says, okay. Speaking of boba, how do you guys feel about boba tea?
Boba great.
I'm not a huge fan.
Really?
Nope. Nope.
Is it the like weird slimy ball texture that you don't like?
I mean, I guess so, man. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a huge fan of it's not like I'm not, I just am not into it,
It's not like I'm not,
Yeah.
but I'm just not into it. You wanna run that by me
Armabash,
again?
thank you for that sub. Yeah, I'm not into it, but I'm not into it.
Got it. Okay. I think I'm picking up what you're putting
Mo
down.
says, then why haven't we gotten a hot pink and yellow plaid tutorial? You kind of did yesterday. It was more red, but you kind of did that Harlequin thing. That was kind of plaid.
That was actually fairly plaid.
Yeah, go back yesterday.
Also, if I recall, we did a plaid challenge specifically for you guys.
It's been clipped. Have we? Yes, we did.
Yeah,
You're
we
right.
did a
I
plaid
have
challenge.
Awkwardish's model that she painted right
Yes.
here on the studio desk. Awkwardish, if you're out there.
You can thank me for that one.
Morning Tide has got it right. No balls in my drink. Thanks. I'm just not one to have my balls in my drink. Mo says kinda plaid doesn't count. Yes, it kinda does. It's kinda plaid. Vietnamese gunpowder iced coffee. Could you imagine Chris on Vietnamese gunpowder iced coffee? Isn't that what you had today, Jordan?
I had Vietnamese iced coffee today.
How did it feel?
I'm rip roaring alive.
I could probably create a planet if I had one of those.
You probably could. You'd be headed into orbit.
Flapjack says, kinda plaid, kinda counts. Well, I guess so. Boba's tapioca, not seaweed. Okran says, "Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'll have some boba tea. Is that what the chant wants? I'll have it. Okay, hey."
Sounds like
It's
something that Chris has just
Lumberjacks.
never tried before.
I have several times, and I've tried many attempts at it. I'm like, okay, maybe this time will be better. And I'm like, no, this is okay. Lumberjack Tim says, it's got to be hot pink plaid. Okay. Now, chat. It's already taken me a mountain of convincing to get Jason to paint a green base. You know how
So you gonna
hard it
do it?
would be. How hard it would be for me to have Jason paint something hot pink plaid.
He's done it already. Well, the
Mm.
pink plaid part, no.
That's what I'm saying.
But the hot
hot
pink part?
You got the hot pink thing. All right.
Yeah.
You've got the hot pink thing already. The plaid addition to that, we can't do that. I love banh mi's.
Ooh, yum.
Avian. Love
Yum.
banh mi's.
There actually used to be a game store that I used to go to that had some of the best that I can remember way back in the day. Back in
Ooh.
Seattle. We'd go play
Sure.
some games. We'd get some
Banh mi's.
banh mi for lunch. It was
Lumberjack Tim says he's headed to a paint and hang at a buddy's house. That sounds good. I have those every once in a while
great.
at
Mhm.
my homestead out in the middle of the desert. It's a little out there, my house.
It's a beautiful trek though.
I'm Lumberjack Tim. I am aware that you've been asking for this for a long time. It is my goal. See, here's the thing, chat. Here's the thing. I'm not opposed to it myself. Remember the analogy, just so that y'all remember, right? The waves are going to do whatever the waves want or ask for the waves, right? The waves of our ocean, which is chat, is going to flow whatever direction. Now, the captain, in this case, Jordan, and in the
Heyo.
bigger case, Jason, because Jason's on here more often. Jason is the captain. He steers the
He
ship.
steers the boat.
But then I am the boat. So I have to interact with both the captain and the ocean, the sea, the grand waves, as I say. So the boat can only take so much from the captain and the waves at the same time. So who knows what I can get done. But if I could get hot pink plaid done on stream at some point, you would all have to pay me $100 each. And but I can make it happen. Maybe I can't. Probably not. I don't want your money. I wouldn't take your money. T. Schmid, you've mentioned this in the past. We need stream bingo cards. Well, what would be on the bingo cards? I'm trying to remember. You had some good ideas. Mo says, all I'm hearing is wah, wah, wah. Let me distract with a story because it's too hard. Mo, it is extremely difficult. I am not. It is so hard to get Jason to paint hot pink plaid. Of course it's hard. There's no way. I'll give you all about $350. That's hilarious. I have them made. No, here. Little Billy, you have 8 bingo cards. Okay. T. Schmid. Chat asks for plaid. Chris makes a terrible analogy. You're fired. Oh, Chris gets fired. Okay, like I always say. Okay, wait a second. Okay. Wait a second. Now my creative brain here is activating. We want a bingo card. Little Billy, you're gonna need to remind us what does the bingo card say? Could Jordan or Matt paint hot pink? Potentially.
The difference is I don't get a choice.
Tadpole Jackson 42
Just
says,
get
I
told.
tried to promote Chris the other day, but he turned it down. I what? What are you talking about, Tadpole?
Sounds like you got a promotion and you turned it down.
What promotion?
Sounds
I know what
suspect
you're
to
talking
me.
about. You would have to deal with chat? That's right, T-Schmid.
Adding a little bit of khaki into this.
It's par for the course. Of course, I'm going to make terrible analogies.
Adding a bit of khaki into the camo green.
Jason Wonky has a question. Quick question. What's the work time like with the expert acrylic? Same as the regular paints, question marks?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah. Yes, they are the same.
They are the same. Yes, Jason, if you try them out, you're going to love them. imagine they're kind of just a different. What I'm really noticing, they've got a lot of the same characteristics as the transparents, obviously in a different medium.
Yeah.
So I've been really liking them for that.
I mean, y'all know how much I like transparents to begin with.
Some would say that you're transparent about transparents.
Yeah. That seems like it. Okay. All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay.
That was my Nobel Peace Prize moment right there.
Can we get a shot of the backpack? Django's backpack? Not Django, Boba.
No. No.
Yes.
I won't do it.
I vote yes. Is it me? Hold on, Christopher.
Hello. My name is Jordan.
Yeah, excuse me, Christopher.
Hello, Christopher.
Is it
May
just
I
me?
gather some
Or does
information?
that gaffy stick look like it's copper?
Gaffy stick? It looks like that, or a very polished bronze.
It's got a little bit more of that redness.
It
could just be the.
I think it's just their metal.
Their filter.
Somebody out there, what's gaffy stick made out of? I'm trying to find.
Oh. Interesting. That's got way more color on it than I was expecting. Pull that puppy up. Oh, there's actually a really nice picture of it to the left. In the sun.
This one?
Yeah. Okay.
There's like blues on it.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, so let's start with some dark navy blue. We're gonna get in on that.
Yeah. Would be interesting if you implemented like a randomizer wheelie thing, paint color schemes. Yeah. For monthly challenge. Okay. Obviously the gaffy stick is a combination of alloy plus bullshitium. Bakamara says it's something. I would say, but it is very coppery. No, like light copper bronze. It's very bronze. I would say, depending. I think this is obviously because he's out in the middle of the desert, so you have max sun on this.
Yeah.
But oh, sorry, you need that up, don't you?
Yeah.
1 second, I need to snip it. Hold, please. I'm helping my friends out. My name's Jordan. Hello, everybody. There you go. Give me a chance, oh Jordan. There you go.
Can we zoom in at all?
No. I can't. Can't. Yes, I can. 100%. There it is. No? Bing, 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 bing.
Perfect.
Shoot. Bing, 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 bing. Okay, sorry. Here we go. Ghost Hunter says, we need a random paint month challenge with Jason and Gabe one time. Okay, they used a random number generator and the SKU to pick the paint. We just got to get Gabe to paint more.
Accurate.
I like these ideas. Tadpole Jackson, I'm not going to read that out loud, but too many words, too much reading. But trying to use the game stick after his committal. It is with a branch of a wartwood tree that he found in the desert, and with the help of a craftsman, you utilized Tuscan adzine? Okay, so it's some kind of weird metal, funky metal. It's copper. It looks very bronzy and coppery. I wouldn't say copper, though. It's not like that red. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree? Okay, Little Billy, I have to look into it. Did you tag me? Where'd you put it, Little Billy? Chris makes a silly voice that no one has ever used ever. T. Schmid. I'm just trying to entertain you, the people. And hey, I'm trying for you. I can make this more serious business paint. Oh my gosh, you have a crap load in here, little Billy. Someone asked. Okay. Oh my gosh, this first one already got me. Someone asked when blank is being relisted or released or restocked. That's funny. Risk causes stream issues. Oh, the wrong button on the soundboard is pressed. That one's a tough one because I'm pretty dang quick with that.
Mm-hmm.
Teachman, I'm glad you're entertained. And I'm so glad you're entertained. Popping close. Oh yeah, I like that one. Okay.
You wanna bring that
Yeah, let's
back up
1
for me?
second. Okran is keeping me accountable here. Hold. There's a question about transparency. And give me a chance to come. Where is it? I'm looking. I didn't see it tagged. How did I miss this? Here we go. Hold. Oh, wow. Here we go. I did not see that. How the heck did I not see that? Going back. Just started with Proco, trying out the paints on a bust. I like to use transparent layers to blend. I struggle to consistently reproduce different levels of transparency while using the glaze and wash medium to stretch the paint. The mix gets very thick. So I'm adding a lot of water to get the paint more fluid so it flows better. Is this correct approach? Is there a recommended ratio between water and the glaze and wash medium to keep the paint at a wash consistency? ? Amazing question.
Okay, so I'm gonna need to
Read
read
this
this
question
one.
for
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
yourself.
read it again because
It's a lot.
there's a lot here. So
Great question, though. Okran, thank you for
using the
catching
paints
that
on a
one.
bust. I like to use transparent layers to blend. Okay. I struggle to consistently reproduce different levels of transparency while using a glaze and wash medium to stretch the paint. A lot of water. Okay, so so the way that I try to describe this is you're using glaze and wash medium to keep the fluidity and the consistency of the paint the same while diluting it in a way that adds more transparency to the mixture or lower intensity. Okay? So that's what adding glaze and wash medium does. It keeps it at the same level of fluidness, but will lower the opacity. Now, from there, you will then thin with water to get the right consistency that you're looking for applying onto your miniature. Now, this level of fluidity is different for every person. Everybody likes to paint in different ways. If you want to wash, you're going to want something that's a little bit thinner. If you want to just paint on, then you just paint with the full opacity mix, and it's going to be a little bit translucent, but not a ton. If you want to thin it down a little bit, you're going to have more of a wash consistency. If you thin it down even more, you're going to have more of a glaze consistency, right? So a lot of this comes down to trial and error. I think one of the things that you can do to eliminate some of the error portion of that is going to be keeping your mixture of paint and glaze and wash medium to be consistent to one another. That way, you know, every time you mix it, it's 1 part this, 1 part that, or 2 parts this, 1 part that. That helps you get a lot better understanding of getting the initial mixture to the correct point.
Okay.
And then you thin it down to whatever consistency is best for you to paint with.
Okay.
I tend to keep my mixtures a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
So that I can get more of a painterly consistency off of it. I like to be able to paint those translucent layers on instead of lightly glazing them and potentially having too much fluid on my brush.
Okay.
And
No, it makes
it'll go
sense.
into the recesses. So I like to work with the paint a little bit thicker in general.
Okay.
Plus, out of the bottle, our paints are really great for that sort of thing anyways, so they don't generally need to be thinned a ton.
No, that makes total sense. Hopefully that answers your question there. Her splotch. I think that's how you pronounce that name. Her splotch.
There's Blache.
Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely.
Not a
Great
problem
question.
at all. That was a very good question.
I pinned that question for anybody who wanted another reference to that. Oh my gosh! It's the man, the myth, the legend.
Holy!
Oh,
He's a terror, everyone! Hey, bud. Welcome back.
that's Jason, everybody.
Hi.
Big waves.
He's back.
Hi.
He's back from his.
Oh, we have Jen.
Oh my gosh, it's Jen too. Oh my
Hi.
gosh!
Ooh.
Wow, he couldn't stay away.
Aw.
Oh, what did you do?
He dropped his brush.
That's kind of funny. Wow.
See all,
Hi.
see all the cool stuff
Who's
we
the
painted
new
on stream?
people?
I'm
Right.
back.
For all
I
the
know.
back.
These are
He's-
looking great. I haven't seen this guy.
Yeah,
Check it
Boba
out.
Fett.
He's back from his voyage.
This is the Boba Fett from the TV show.
Yeah,
Because he
the-
has the Bantha stick or whatever the hell that thing's
the
called.
new one. Yeah.
Very cool.
hey,
Hi, bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, bye.
that's Jason, everybody. For all
I
of
did
you.
make it out of Madrid, but they lost my bag again. So
Oh,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Oh
What a
my
bummer.
gosh.
Wow. And Jen, what a day.
Jason, Jen, have a wonderful weekend.
We will.
Great
We'll see you on
weekend.
Monday.
Good to see
Bye-bye.
you. Wow. Look at that. What a surprise, everybody.
What a delight.
What a delight.
What a delight for our afternoon, everyone.
That's right. What an absolute delight. The Blood Walrus, a wild slow. Yes, he had appeared. And hey, speaking of being appeared or appearing, welcome in, everybody. A celebrity visit. That's right. Welcome in. It is what? It's almost 2:47. You've knocked out these models, and I'm so
Yeah.
glad we had I'm glad you added the blue.
Yeah, it looks so much better with just that
The backpack.
little extra bit of color.
It
Right?
does.
Isn't that wild?
And it's because, okay, remind me. So in this show, it's after the events of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Okay, it
So-
is.
Yeah, so or wait, no, hold on. Yes. So I think they're in fact, I believe they deal with like him coming out of the Sarlacc pit or whatever
Oh.
as part of the narrative of the show.
I know you
You'd
hate
have-
this. You're just going to have to deal with it.
Oh, what's this for?
Oh.
You are my hero. This room is
Oh,
awesome.
the room. Oh, I'm glad you like
This
it.
room is freaking awesome. Oh my god.
We put some. Yeah,
It's so rad.
I'm glad you like it.
Dude,
That's
you
good.
killed yourself. That's awesome.
Which one?
You had two of those?
Yeah. What? Yeah, we did. We had two. We had two of those. We had
I mean,
two.
three?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a good cool surprise.
Yeah.
All right, I'll quit interrupting.
All right,
Oh,
take it
that's
easy, man.
okay.
Glad you like it. Yeah, the avian. That's a.
You missed Christopher getting a hug on.
We painted up our
Off camera.
conference room. We needed to do an upgrade. Tadpole Jackson. Yes, I don't know what you're talking about. No, so okay, remind me what. So it's after the Sarlacc bit.
I
is
believe
when-
so.
Okay, that makes sense because I'm like, did he upgrade his armor? Because I love the color of. I actually really like the black cloak one.
Because he's in the same timeline as Luke as Mandalorian, right? So it happens the same timeline. And the timeline where Mando's in, Luke shows up and takes Grogu
Oh, right.
for a minute. Like that's between season 2 and season 3, I think. So yeah, so this is like after he's in the Sarlacc pit,
Yeah.
he gets out and he's like, I'm done with this or something.
Oh,
He's like that.
I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it. I just gotta.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. It's actually pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
I can
it's
do
really
it.
not a bad like bit of television. It really is not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I need a
exactly.
scene where Boba just
He just like doesn't
constantly-
have his armor for most of the show.
Oh, okay. Interesting. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it started strong and then it ended a little weird, which is fine.
That's they have to kind of give their best foot forward, but that's like any show. That's like any show. He takes over Jabba's business.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Well, speaking of Jabba business, welcome in, everybody. I'm so happy you've arrived. I hope you all are having a great Friday and that you all are so excited for your weekend. And if it's not your weekend, that's okay. Hopefully you had a weekend at some point this week. And, yeah.
I'm actually going to grab a little bit of steel. Because I want to do a little bit
Awkward
of
says, it is
stippling.
I the bad. Awkward, you missed it. I have one of your, we were just talking about your model. I have your duck model here on the producer desk that you sent us. It's right here, right in front of me.
It's a mascot for the crew.
I do. I keep him right here. Right behind the mic. I want Vespa Speeder Gang in Star Wars tabletop game.
Oh, I hated it.
What's that?
The Vespa Speeder Gang.
What's that? Who's that?
It's bad.
Oh no.
It's like the worst part of that show. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I love the little hint of blue you got on this guy. He just took him to the whole next level here.
Yeah, it just needed a little bit more. It's just kind of. And then just adding those touches of silver in there. We're going to give this another wash to kind of darken it down.
Avian says, now I can start my weekend. Thank you, Jordan and Chris, to keep me entertained for the last hour. Hey!
Thank you.
Avian, claps to your weekend. Yes, Awkwardish, right here. The, yeah, I'm really liking the workup. I'm actually excited. I didn't have the, what is it? I didn't have the new tubes yet for my basing, but I was thinking about it the other day. I'm gonna show you guys at some point a basing. I kind of want to do like a little basing tutorial, not a tutorial, or just show you guys the new tube paints or textures in the tubes. However I'm trying to say
So
it.
good.
It's very convenient.
You should do a little basing tutorial.
That's really it. It is extremely convenient.
Grab some random stuff from outside and show them how to stick it all onto a base.
Oh, I guess that's true.
I'm super off camera. I know. Give me 1 second.
No, you're okay.
Like not good.
Awkwardish. Speaking of tubes, heavy buys allowed for the grayscale challenge. Yes. Titanium white and carbon black you can use. Yes, 100%. Actually, that would be cool if you used those. Yeah, I could do that. Find some random stuff.
Yeah. Because like I like the idea of just finding stuff around in your environment.
Yeah.
And using that. I mean, that's like old school.
It's old school. Yeah, I feel you.
Right. I feel like there's been so much new school stuff that's been introduced to the hobby.
Well, there's fancy. I like, don't get me wrong. I do like the fancy tufts. I do like the fancy, little 3D print, like resin rocks. The doing it that old school way of which I typically do it. It takes me a while to make sure that the stuff looks to scale. Because if I go and find a piece of slate rock, I don't want to just throw it on there without it just looking like.
You can buy.
Yeah.
You can get little things of little teeny tiny slate rock.
I have some.
That's in perfect scale.
Yep.
You just get like a chunk of
a
barrel of it on Amazon.
I have some scales. I was thinking of using just some cheap wood, not woodland scenics, but just like cheap, hobby rock. And showing you guys, even aquarium gravel works great too, depending on what you're doing with it. Tactical aquarium rock, what I call it. But yes, I'm gonna show you guys the tubes. Maybe we'll do that next week.
Maybe
we'll do that next week. I'll talk to Jason about it. Danger says, Monument Hobbies, the The little mount that came out when opening the black gave me the inspiration to try and start my challenge project. Amazing paint. Nice.
So I'm using a little bit of brown wash on the backpack right now.
Dean, we're using Pro Acryl right now. We are the makers of Pro Acryl here at Monument Hobbies. Those are the acrylics we're using. He's using both our normal line and our expert acrylics today. Ooh, what can you center that up for me? What is that? That's petroleum brown?
Brown wash.
Dude, I gotta get the other washes today. I gotta remind myself to do that.
I'll remind you because I also need to get some stuff out.
But I've heard you. I want to do it for you, bud. You've been asking that for a little bit, and it's one of my favorite parts of the hobby, is the basing. It truly is. So maybe I could do something for you guys. Dean, they stole your package? Oh no. Thieves. Dang it, I'm sorry to hear that. Awkward says, I have a jar of just the size gravel and sand from Michael's for floral design. Yep, I literally have some of that too. Yes. I've been in the gosh, I have some of that. Dean, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate.
Keep on them, Dean.
We're gonna use copper.
Bud, you're the best. Hey, but I'm trying to do it for you. I also want to make sure that I can do it well for you guys and how I can show you. So I will I'll figure out how to do that. Maybe I'll do like a little something.
Yeah, I think that would be cool to show.
Yeah, I think I could do it.
Yeah.
So you're doing the gun the
So I have
gaffy
an
stick
idea.
in copper.
I have an idea.
It looks copper.
Copper, dark bronze.
Okay, I could see that.
You seeing it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I'm gonna do
a mixture.
a mixture.
Oh, yeah.
And then highlight with a little bit of copper and then wash it all down.
Okay.
And then maybe give it a light dry brush with steel.
Spaznet, you cannot do a goblin green base for the Great Challenge. I am sorry. Although that would be hilarious if you did that. I can't be responsible for your death. I'm going to zoom in one. Oh, yeah. That's the perfect color, dude. Can you bring it up just a little for me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The back end of the stick is a little darker.
So that's where the wash is really going to come into play.
Is this is
It's
must
like
be the
cording.
wood. It's the wood part.
Yeah.
Because it's made of wood.
Oh,
The-
really?
The back end. That was that long thing that somebody was sending us. It's made of like a wooden grain on the back.
Okay. Perfect. So
I
I'll just
believe.
repaint that a little bit here.
That's what it looks like.
Is the gnarl also wood or is that metal?
I think that's metal. I believe.
No, the gnarl at the end.
Oh, I don't know because that does not look metal.
It does though.
I'm sorry. It does not look like wood. It looks like metal.
I think it's metal attached to the end of the like.
Because look at this. Let's really zoom in on this. That looks wood.
Or you know what? You can probably just find like a legitimate photo of a gaffy stick.
Yeah, I probably.
I bet you could find like a good studio.
Tapple
shot
says with
of
a
it.
branch. Oh, it's with a branch of a wartwood tree that he found in the desert. Okay.
Got it. Okay. So
Okay,
that's
so that
definitely
is
wood.
that. I would say the back end. I'd say stick with this because that's very accurate. No goblin gray base. Yes, no goblin green bases for us. I'm so sorry, fam. No, I did talk to Jason. We were gonna do it. We were gonna do a funny video on making the best goblin base green base ever, and then put our twist on it.
Can you do? Would you be willing to double check and?
Yeah, let me find. You want a gaffy stick?
Yeah. So you guys may or may not know this about me, but I like when I'm painting something like this, I like to be as accurate as I possibly can. I really
They
love
all
getting into
do look the same, right? I wanted to get one accurately from this.
Yeah, I just want to see if that like gnarl at the end is metal or not.
Uh, it almost looks like wood. Oh, it's definitely something.
Okay, yeah.
It's like a wood with some metal.
So it's like carved into the knot. It looks like.
It looks like a knot. Like
Yeah, it's
obviously
a
if
wood
it's a
knot,
big
yeah.
root knot, it would probably hurt if you got smacked
But
by it.
yeah, it looks like it's just carved then. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Got it. Got it.
Yeah, Okran, we were just looking up some of the real weapons there. I think what we found was not Star Wars.
That might have been the actual like old prop. It also looks like they're silver, so I'm just gonna wash this.
Most of them look like they're this color. This one just looks clean.
Do they look that kind of like almost coppery silver?
I think I'm getting a lot of different. I think honestly, there's a lot of different variations.
That's cool.
Some of them are like straight silver. Some of them are coppery. Some of them are. I mean, that was a straight silver or steel.
Yeah.
That looks.
I'm seeing more steel than not.
If I had to vote for you,
Mm-hmm.
the box looks that workup looks dope.
Where it's like kind of coppery.
What you have right now, that back end,
Yeah.
looks dope.
Okay. I will keep it.
But adding this brown to it, I think would make it really stand.
We're gonna go mahogany.
Oh, it's like a piece of wood, Johnny. Okran says it's based on war clubs from Fiji called Totaka Tia? Tokaklami? Oh, yeah, there you go, Jordan. Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness. There you go. That's my boy. That's my boy. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I can believe that like the knot is super hardened.
And polished from hitting people.
Well, because like
Oil based.
you know how people will like oil and
Yeah.
harden wood, and it's basically like turns into stone.
It's like yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Even better. That's the one. That's a shot.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so his
But-
is just like really dark.
Used.
Yeah.
And then the ones I think that from the AMG box art is different. I think they made it.
Well, that's
more
from
like-
that's not from the box art. That's from the show.
No, I meant I'm talking about how the other one looks because the other one looks like this. What you're doing now,
Oh, got it.
I think. It doesn't matter. I like this workup.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I like this one.
It looks good to me.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
But it looks like there's variations. Nice.
But while that gaffy stick is drying, I'm just gonna.
Oh, I love how that came out though. Or polished new gaffy. You could darken it though. You said with like a wash. You said right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You could just really darken it at this point,
That's pretty much the plan.
rather than having it be shiny like this pick. Tadpole Jacks, I'm not gonna lie, it was getting me wanting to watch the shows again as well. I have not fully seen any of them. I've seen like 3 episodes of The Mandalorian in total.
Yeah, honestly, it's really good.
Yeah, my parents loved it. Most of my friends loved it, so I just never got around to it. Surprisingly, I do not watch that much television at all. Yeah, I just don't get into shows like I used to, except for Invincible. I do. That was the last. That's like one of the only new shows that I watch consistently when it comes out. 'Cause it's some of the best voice acting and script writing I've appreciated recently.
Loving this so far. Liking it a lot.
Okrin's a big Star Wars fan.
Oh?
I remember you were saying that at our painting thing, I believe, Okrin, the other day. Yeah, I have not gotten into any TV shows. I know, I get a lot of flack. Everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, you gotta watch this thing," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
You don't need to watch any of the things.
I gotta watch a bunch of the old stuff.
Have you ever watched Battlestar Galactica?
No.
That's okay. I'm not upset with you.
You're not upset with me?
I don't know if you would like it. I don't know what kind of stuff you like to watch. What things grab the attention of one Christopher Masucci? What things do you enjoy partaking of, Christopher?
When it comes to TV shows, like I said, Invincible, that's a big one. Specifically, right? Been reading a lot.
Okay.
Been reading a lot. And painting a lot, to be honest. So I'll listen to audiobooks and paint.
Nice.
So, yeah.
What kind of books do you like to listen to?
I've been reading a lot of marketing books lately, to be totally honest with you.
Yep.
I've read quite a few these last couple weeks. Finished a book called One Page Marketing Plan, which is an amazing book for anybody out there in marketing. I'm reading a book called Hook Point from Brendan Kane, which talks about just like where we're at in a 3-second world and how you have to kind of not manufacture, but how do I put it? You got 3 seconds. Like, what are your hook points? What's getting your audiences in, right? Reading a lot of marketing books.
Okay.
I've read a couple. I just finished the Silmarillion again.
Nice.
Read that.
Nice.
I started again I read briefly through this a while ago, but the Histories of Middle Earth, the Unforgotten Tales, Part 1. I love it, but I am like, well, it ends up reading very much like a. Oh my gosh, it reads like a. It does, because it's like, okay, he's talking about notes right here, but then it goes into it, so. Flapjack says, my guy's reading Who Moved My Cheese. Yeah, there's there's quite a bit of books out there who I've been reading recently that have been very beneficial for me, business wise, but specifically for Monument. So it's actually learning a lot. But I love those kinds of books. I listen to those podcasts all the time. I'm listening to marketing and creative podcasts all the time. So I podcasts are big for me, for sure.
Unfortunately, I have very little to suggest. Yeah.
On the podcast, you don't listen to podcasts, really?
I
love podcasts.
I like to listen to fantasy and sci-fi.
Oh no, self-help or
Nope.
educational.
I don't read any of that kind of stuff.
You might find some of them, obviously not, I don't know, not specifically for marketing, but there's some good books out there.
Oh, I don't doubt it. It's
Managing Oneself is an amazing book you should read. And it's
Yeah.
a quick read.
Yeah.
I'll let you borrow my copy.
Okay.
You'd probably really like it.
Why is that?
Anybody out there, I'll let you read it for yourself. It's called Managing Oneself.
What's the key takeaway? What's the excitement point? What's your 3-second pitch?
I'm seeing it if I could send you a link here. It's by Peter F. Drucker. Essentially, I would say it specifically shows. How do I want to put it? It really dives deep on your strengths and where your strengths are in not only your professional life, but your, personal life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a very good book. It's hard to describe. I think you should just read it. I don't want to give it away. It's not a secret or anything, but it talks about ambition, drive, talents, that kind of stuff. It's a very good book.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Wobbly, I should read that since my manager and myself is getting dangerously low. No, you give it a whirl. It's funny. Here's my thing with the Tadpole Jackson, that quote: Success in the knowledge economy comes to those who know themselves, their strengths, their values, and how they best perform. Yes. That's essentially that quote from Peter F. Drucker, who is the author, is that quote is essentially what the book is about. It's exploring your strengths, what are your values, all that stuff, and applying them and really excelling at them and trying not to fake it. It's very good. That's actually on my list. How to make friends and influence people. There's a book out there that I'm actually starting to read called Not Nice. It's been on my bookshelf for a while.
Not nice. Huh?
Not nice.
Is it how to not be nice to people?
Yeah.
Really?
No, it's more of a psychology book on why people do the things they do based off of their environments.
Yeah.
I read a lot of these kinds of books, chat. These are the things that I do. And sometimes I'll play old school RuneScape and make defense pures and smack monks for years. I don't have a very, very, very much in between. And I'll paint. Tadpole Jackson, you'll probably you should read it, Tadpole Jackson. You probably like that book. Jordan, you would love that book.
Okay.
Nerd, joking, 100% nerd, Wobbly. Oh yeah, I have a defense pure in RuneScape right now.
Do you ever read fantasy or sci-fi, or do you?
If
only
it's
read
Lord of the Rings, if it's Tolkien.
Well, that's so. This is the really interesting
that's it.
thing that I find about it. Right, is that you have such a love and knowledge and appreciation for Tolkien.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that hasn't branched out to any other form of fantasy.
Not really. I like.
Have you tried much other fantasy?
If you consider some of the old classics like the Iliad and the Odyssey and like Dante's Inferno, maybe, but not. I'm just not interested in other fantasy.
Really? If you don't mind me asking, what about it is unappealing?
I just have zero desire because I feel that. I'll have to check it out. Flapjack, Malzahn. Malazan?
Oh, Malazan?
Malazan, is that what it's called?
It's that book series that I tried to get.
You tried to
Chris...
get me to read this.
No, I tried to get Jason to read it, and he read one book, and he's like, I like where this is going, but,
Oh, I see. I just can't get into fantasy.
It is. So Malazan is largely considered to be one of the best fantasy series of all time.
I know, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, well, I'm not,
I don't know
I'm not saying you
why.
need to.
I don't know why I don't have an appeal for other books necessarily. It's not that I don't want to. I'm just trying to. My efforts are very toned in right now, and I'm just trying to improve. And I'm not saying when I read fantasy and that kind of stuff, I needed to reset my creative brain. And when I need to do that, I'll listen to Tolkien, but I don't dive into other worlds. The other world I would potentially start reading is
so
like
interesting to me.
No,
There's nothing wrong with it. I just find it really interesting that you're so
I'm
in one camp.
I am in one camp, and I want to know everything about it, and I'm still learning things about it.
That's cool, though. I mean,
I literally
it
am
is
so
cool that you're
deep
just
in it.
dedicated to it.
I literally, probably on a monthly basis, learn something new about Tolkien's work.
That's cool.
Tadpole Jackson, it is called, no, it's called Managing Oneself. It's that book. That's the book I would recommend to everybody to read. It's actually a very good book. And it's a very short read. I think it's like 90-something pages. Very short read. Totally and utterly worth it. Yeah. It's a very good book. Also, marketing books for anybody who is interested. Definitely the one-page marketing plan is an amazing book. It's an amazing book. And Hook Point is the one I'm reading right now. It's good stuff. It's all good stuff. But yeah, I can't get into other fantasy books and stories, you know?
Yeah, it's so interesting to me.
Yeah.
That's
if I'm
cool.
going to consume that kind of media, I'd rather it be a movie, you know?
Okay.
If I'm going to take the time, I'd rather it be a movie. And I understand the argument of like, well, the book is so much better. And I totally agree with that argument depending on it. But
I mean,
it's
some worlds just can't be
It's
absorbed.
a different medium. Like, here's the thing that... Here's the thing. Here's an example. Yeah, it's 44 minutes. It's amazing. The book is literally 44 minutes on Audible. What is it? What was I just saying? I don't remember. What was I just saying, Jordan?
No idea.
Oh my gosh. We're not even listening to each other.
I'm painting, dog.
No, that's what I was going to say. For example, Dune, the Dune series. That would be the next book I read. If I was going to pick up a sci-fi genre,
Yeah.
I would probably pick up Dune before I pick up
Anything else?
Warhammer. Warhammer's on there. I would love to read the Horus Heresy stuff.
That's a rabbit hole that you could dive down.
That's
to
an
the level
endeavor.
yeah.
Right? I would like to read the Dune series because I felt like everybody who watched Dune alongside me was so excited for Dune, and I couldn't appreciate it to the maximum level that I thought I could. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Dune 1 was good, in my opinion. I felt like it would have, the whole time I was like, shoot, I wish I would have read the book before seeing this movie. The second Dune, I'm like, well, I've already gotten down this rabbit hole. I'm going to take it for that grain of salt. Right?
Yeah.
Panic Bomb, Go Trek and Felix. Yes, that's another. That if I was going to start with them, I would start with the Go Trek and Felix series.
Has anybody in here read the Sun Eater series?
Well, in this room, no.
Well, no, I'm not asking. Yeah, I'm aware.
Sorry, I just needed to just clarify that for you. Panic Bomb says they're great. Are you talking about Sun Eater or Go Trek? Because I hate Go Trek, but just because he was a menace in AOS 3. Flapjack says, working on my challenge model with the heavy bodies, finding it interesting how willing they're making me just slop paint around. Feels like they're encouraging me to paint more painterly. Absolutely, Flapjack. That is 100% how I feel about them too. Maybe I will give Go Trek and Felix a try. Panic Bomb. Our friend Chance, I think, read those. But I would give that a chance for fantasy.
Chance did. Ah! Oh, that was a good one. Too bad he
I'm
was
so
not here
happy
to
for you.
enjoy it.
Comedy stand-up night with Jordan HBD Lamb.
It was pretty good, you have to admit.
That was great, dude. It's not like the first time we've heard that one. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. So I read those kinds of books, Jordan.
Okay.
So.
Cool.
Nothing else.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Some great books out there, though. My Audible is getting bigger and bigger. Now, for all of you who need a good... Now, here's my recommendation to people in the Tolkien land of where they should start, right? And this is going to be a little bit of the contrary, right? It's a little bit... Bear with me. You should read The Children of Hurin, and you should listen on Audible and Christopher Lee's rendition of it.
Oh my goodness.
If you would like to be immersed in a beautiful, wild story, obviously of the fall of Turin Turambar and Glaurung and the whole story of Hurin, which is devastating, and listening it via Christopher Lee, you will have an excellent time. It's one of the only books that reads outside of Tolkien's world that could be its own separate thing, kind of like Beren and Luthien and the Silmarillion, but also has its own story within it. And then there's a book about it within the story. It's very cool. So check that one out. You guys you would like that, Jordan. You don't need to know much about Lord of the Rings. It's just a good read, right?
Yeah. I feel like I've absorbed enough knowledge to like know a decent amount about the intrinsic lore of Lord of the Rings
Oh yeah, absolutely.
at this point, just through my conversations with those who are like you're like yourself, incredibly entrenched in the lore. I find it really interesting.
Yeah, that's right, Paintlick. Turns out things were pretty rough in Middle Earth before the ring got melted. That's true. Northrax, still haven't read or listened to Children of Hurin. I've read most of No, yes. Totally, Northrax, buy the Audible version with Christopher Lee. I guarantee you will... I might read that on my vacation coming up soon.
You have vacation coming up?
I do.
Where are you going?
Your mom's house. Sorry. It feels dirty when I say that. I know.
I wonder why.
I shouldn't stoop to anybody's level, but, you know. What are you gonna do? Yeah, I'm going up to the woods for a little bit. Going out into the woods for a magical journey.
Is that so?
Yeah, in a couple weeks. My son. Am I leaving? Not next week, but the following week.
Excellent. So, for those of you who are... There's a lot of focus. Would you mind?
Yeah, I gotcha. Oop. Yeah.
Trying to brighten up this armor. Just felt a little dark for me. I really wanted to kind of bring back some of that mid-tone in the armor. So that it read a little bit better. Because like we were looking at basically this dark before. It was just too...
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited that you're getting a chance to get away. You're doing a traditional vacation. Is very exciting.
Ghost Hunter, yes. Yesterday I asked if Chris could revoke sushi points if his mom gave them to me. Yeah, those are 100% revoked. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm going to have a great time. And then next year, a year from now, I'm actually going to Alaska.
What are you going to do in Alaska?
I'm going to be going deep sea fishing.
That's awesome.
Halibut fishing.
You going with somebody in particular, or you just going?
My dad.
Nice.
Yeah. We're actually a lot of our family members are going on a cruise.
Oh, very cool.
I just bought my ticket the other day.
It
happens next year. I've just bought it so far in advance, so it's way cheaper.
Dude, I wonder if you bought it through. My mom sells cruise.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I bought it through Costco. It was a pretty good deal.
Oh, you got it through Costco?
I should have called your mom.
I'll put you in touch.
Your mother sold me this cruise, Trebek.
That would have been really funny if that were the case.
No. Yeah, but I am going to, at some point, go halibut fishing. I'm very excited for that.
Most of the cruises that she works on selling are
Go to Alaska?
Yeah.
Because she's out of what? Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Well, she's in Idaho now, but yes.
Excuse me? Idaho?
Mm-hmm.
No, Idaho.
Was that strictly appropriate?
I don't know. I said it, though.
I don't know. Words came out my
I'm
mouth.
just kidding. Hey, speaking of just kidding, welcome in, everybody. We're talking some nerd stuff today. We're talking some painting. It's a beautiful Friday. We had a wild Jason and Jen appear.
We did.
We have Jordan painting up this crew, and this crew is almost done.
Yeah, we're feeling pretty
And
good.
then you're gonna do some stuff to the bases a little bit, and
Yep.
heck, you're getting there, my sassy little boy. I'm digging it.
Are you going up north today?
Am I going up north? Going up north to like our good Lord? Who
Yes.
knows, man? I could be.
Hopefully not. You got a vacation starting up in 2 weeks.
Dude, take me now. Going up north where? The Gamers Guild?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know yet. I have a couple things I have to get done before I can depart.
Lame. Christopher's lame.
You don't even like playing with me anymore, Jordan.
Huh?
You're always like, do. I don't want to do this.
Whoa,
And I'm like,
when
whoa,
the heck
dude.
have I ever said that?
You're like, man, get out of here, dude.
Wow, Christopher, I am insulted.
No, you're Jordan.
No, I'm insulted.
Well,
I've become insulted.
I have I have transformed into insulted. I have to make up an excuse not to hang out with you.
Oh.
No, no. I have to do a couple things.
You can just say no, Chris. It's
No, I would like to. That's the point. I'm trying to figure out my schedule. I could play around at AOS with Mr. Chance. Are you going to play? No, you're playing the One Piece thing.
No.
No, you're playing in the Final Fantasy Magic thing.
Thinking about it. But, I mean.
What is that? What is a pre-order?
A pre-release, you
A
mean?
pre-release, yeah. What is that?
So basically,
When it comes to Magic.
yeah, so they basically sit everybody down.
Uh-huh.
Everybody gets 6 packs. and
Okay.
You build the deck out of the 6 packs.
All right.
And then you play against.
It's Final
other people.
Fantasy.
Which is kind of cool.
Ghost Hunter, I do not want to work tomorrow. Tomorrow's
It
the
is-
weekend.
It is expensive, though.
I'm sure it's, how much is it?
It's $50.
Plus the cards?
No. The cards included.
Oh. $50.
Yeah. It's just because the packs are really expensive.
Oh.
It's weird because the set is like, it's a standard legal set,
Okay.
but which means that it's like, should be accessible for everybody because standard is like the base tier format.
Okay.
But it's also a premium set.
Interesting.
So it's like the Lord of the Rings set, but for
Oh.
Final Fantasy.
Paint Liquor says Magic ain't cheap. No, it is not.
Yeah, there'll definitely be some like cool new commanders that are coming out of this.
I itch for Magic every once in a while.
Yeah.
I just bought myself a commander deck not too long ago. Surprise, surprise, it was the Frodo and Sam one.
Yeah. I hope that they do another Lord of the Rings collab.
I don't think they would.
Maybe not, but
That's okay.
I think it would be
Cardboard
very
crack,
cool if they
yes.
did another iteration.
Alex WP. Cardboard crack for sure. I don't play consistently enough to buy the actual cards. I'd make proxies and such, but I can't. I ain't doing the reals thing. Too much hype because it's a Final Fantasy and the prices are inflated. You can get better Commander pre-cons for the same price. Yeah, probably. Now the Final Fantasy gets me intrigued just because I freaking love Final Fantasy.
Have you seen some of the? So they have some of the really cool treatments on the
This is a different model, Darth.
Huh?
Darth was saying, wait, this went from Mando to Boba Fett. Tell me this is a different model. Yes, it's a totally different model. Cool. I'm liking this workup, though.
Yeah.
How you feeling about it?
Feeling really good.
What's next?
I'm still kind of tweaking
Dabbling?
with this, tweaking this armor a little bit. I think we're really close.
Mm-hmm.
I think it needs one little stage of highlights to get bumped up a little bit here. And then once that's done, I think we're in a good spot.
I really like how I know I don't know how you're feeling, but I love all the little additions of the extra little copper stuff you've done. Right?
Yes. Like on the top of this.
Well, the spear, I think the spear was a good choice doing it that way.
Yeah.
Like this picture you have.
I think it's cool. It looks cool that way, I think.
I got my package today for everything under the sun I ordered. Darth, are you talking about? What did you get? Talking about Pro Crow right now? What'd you get? Oh my gosh. Can't wait to start painting. Okay, need to set up my resin printer now. You got a resin printer and paints? You have endless possibilities. I have decided to just never have a 3D printer, but just pay my friends in filament.
Yep. Correct.
Mod Kid says, holy cow, that Bubba looks great.
Thanks.
Coming out pretty good. Your whole crew, man. I hope everybody's been enjoying it for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Been really cool workups. If you all missed this last week, go check it out. He painted up Baby Yoda. Earlier this week, we did a little mini day on painting tiny models. And then we worked into Mando, which was true metallic chrome, those came out great. If you all didn't see that, check out those VODs. There's going to be video content on that coming up. But yeah, I really like this workup. So, yes. Oh, nice, Darth. We used, Jordan used a lot of the AMP sets on these. A lot. And then there's little Baby Yoda, who is, in fact, very baby.
Very baby.
Yes, the basing came out great, Northrax. Nice. The chrome effect came out good. Jordan's okay.
Jordan's okay.
He's okay, chat. Whoa. What are you doing here? Oh, yes, Gandalf. Oh. You sassy little boy, you. I see what you're doing.
Scraped over too much bread.
Thin. Butter scraped over too much bread. You need to clip yesterday and put on YouTube. I want it in an example of easy chrome. Yes, Darth, over the last couple days, I'm going to be clipping the whole true metallic chrome. It'll be its own little video.
Oh, that red is perfect.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little bit of burnt red that I use there.
Oh, yeah.
Mix just a touch.
Who needs specialty paint when you got Pro Krill? Darth? You've said it. You've said it. You've said it. Specialty paint? Question mark? How about Pro Acryl? Period.
Best paint, period.
Can you all turn all the VODs into shorts so that I can watch them out of order? Sure. We'll get right on that, Ghost Hunter. Shorts. Yes. You know how many shorts we could probably potentially get out of that? Modkit says, can you recommend a good silver pigment?
like a silver color.
I'm mod kits. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. We don't have any pigments here at Monument, but we have really good pigments and lots of pigments in our paints.
Correct. I would recommend
Silver.
a little bit of both of these. Silver or steel.
Yeah.
These are both fantastic. Steel's going to be a little bit darker. Silver's going to be quite bright. You can also dark silver.
Paint Liquor. If Monument HQ
Hooray!
was a place in Middle Earth, where would it be? Okay. Very interesting question. I would say I would say the Ring of Orthanc in before Saruman got the keys. Or the Old Forest. Boo-ray, more like Dork Silver. Hey, yo! I don't like that. Yeah, you like that, Paint Liquor? That's where Monument HQ would be. Or thank before Saruman got the keys and was charged to look over it.
Poorly.
Oh, he did a great job. He just got corrupted.
Therefore,
What's that?
did a poor job.
Therefore, he did a poor job. Did a poor job. And he did a poor job at it. And we need to come together.
That's my line, and I'm sticking to it.
And we need to come together as a nation. Or think is not the way.
Or thank you is, in fact, not the way.
Modkid says, I meant a silver pigment that could be rubbed on with a cotton bud or makeup sponge.
Nothing that we make will do that. I mean,
You could look
I'm
around.
pretty sure there's a material or a product called Rub and Buff.
Hey, yo.
I mean, it sounds silly, but that
Yeah.
is. I'm pretty sure that is unironically. what
Where
that
can
is.
I get some rub and buff? Oh, woo. Hey, yo, with the rub and buff. I don't know what that is, but I'm into it. Sorry about that. I let myself go. It's too much.
That happens too often.
I'm
You
so
let
sorry.
yourself go too often.
Can you noosh silver? Boo-ray, you can noosh whatever you would like. You can noosh to your heart's absolute desire. You could take silver, or I don't know. You could try to take our silver pigment and really like rub it into the makeup sponge and try to do it that way. See if that works for you, mod kits. Yeah, sponge it, like what Darth is saying. Can I noosh coffee? No, you can't, Panic Bomb. But you could always try. Don't put noosh in the coffee. You could put coffee in the noosh and then put that on your model. I'm going to test that out. Kyle Kinghorn, hey, you can get it at Fizoli's. Hey! Fizoli's. Ba-boom. Thank you, Kyle. Shout out to Kyle. Shout out to Kyle out there. Our beautiful
No.
general manager.
No shout
Our
out.
safety officer.
He is the safety man.
That's right. Shout out to Kyle. He's a good man. Speaking of good men, welcome in, everybody. We're getting to the end portion of the back end, the ending part, the closing time, the crescendo. No, the crescendo? No, it's the descendo, the
Descendo?
desaslando.
Whoa.
What is it? Yeah, that's right. Kyle, love you too. Law Dog, that's right. Let's give it up for Kyle.
Kyle.
He's a good guy out
Giving
there
it down
doing
for
the Lord's
Kyle.
work. I would say we are at the back end. We are the caboose of the stream. It's been a great day. This has been a great. We've done a lot this week, Jordan. I hope you've known that. We've had such a variety show that who knows what could happen next week. Jason and I have some fun ideas we're mixing up. We might start off with a couple more of the old hammers. We got some really, really old hammer stuff. We also might do a series on painting big models. You know?
Oh, I see. You make me paint the little models.
I know.
He can paint the big ones. I see how it is, Christopher.
Mod, can I sniff and eat Monument Hobby paint or no? False. You cannot. Do not eat the paint. Do not sniff the paint. You can smell it from afar. And when I mean afar, not close to your nose, so maybe you can't smell it. Because you shouldn't. That's right, Agrippa. Tail ends and cabooses. Bum, bum.
All right, I think we're on 15 minutes of base time.
15 minutes of base time. Here's a question for you.
Butts.
Quick question about the heavy bodies. In the video, it talks about why you want to use heavy bodies, but wondering why I want to use PA over others. Your standard acrylic line has more properties than others don't. That's why I love it. Only thing that stood out to me was the consistent matte finish. Well, that is also a very big one. Skeleton.
Yeah. Okay. So, Skeleton. For our expert acrylics, they are not exactly heavy bodies. They are similar to heavy body acrylics that you'll get from an art store, but they are formulated using the ProAcryl formula, so they're designed for use on 3D models. This means that you're not going to get any peaking from your heavy body acrylics in the same way that you would, from these acrylic, the expert acrylics, you will not get the peaking like you would from traditional heavy body acrylics. They also are not the same consistency as a soft body acrylic. They are thicker than that, and they are also very pigment dense. So you're getting something that's kind of in the middle. They're really silky to paint with.
Very
They
silky.
have like a kind of creamy consistency to them, which sounds weird when I say it.
That's
but
a
it
good
is
way of putting
true.
it, though. Yeah.
They're not super duper, and that's why we try not to call them heavy, because they're not really heavy. Some of them have a more matte finish than others. They kind of range depending on the pigment.
And it'll tell you on the tube.
And it will tell you on the tube, yeah.
opacities
Right. So
and finish.
I should grab two random ones out of here. Right. So we have the Pyro Orange.
Yep. You can see where it says opacity and finish.
Yep. And then we have opacity and finish, right? And flat is not completely matte, right? So hyper matte in our language with ProAcryl, you're going to get super duper hyper matte paints. These will be one step below that, but they won't be satin, they won't be gloss. They're just a little bit less matte than our regular paints are. That's why you can see like the pants, right, have a little bit of a shine to them.
I believe it's SO means semi-opaque. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah. Opaque, transparent, semi-opaque. Yeah. Yours have been satin. Well, so yeah, they're not hyper matte. So
they're flat matte.
So anything that's not hyper matte is satin, right? So it's a scale of completely flat, no reflective quality whatsoever. The minute you have reflective quality, it hits satin. And then satin goes all the way to be completely like ultra gloss, right?
Yeah, you should send some examples in, Tim.
So like if you have a problem with it,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, skeleton. You can kind of think of. Jason put it really well the other day when he was talking about it, and he said it's basically pro acryl before it's been thinned.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
It's like super intense pro acryl that you can thin to whatever consistency that you want.
Yeah, because I have not seen what you're talking about at all, Lumberjack.
Let's see here. I'm gonna get some golden brown for this basing. Oh yeah, I want to do a little bit of a light dry brush. So we're gonna take the golden brown.
No, you do not shake the tubes, Boo Ray.
Or not golden brown. This is
You
dark,
do not need to shake the
dark
tubes.
orange brown. And I'm gonna do a little bit of a light kind of overbrush on the base.
Ooh, so what's that color you said?
This is dark orange brown.
Dark orange brown. Yes, they are mostly single pigment. Since I was already looking around for some, sounds like I'd have a use case for these in standard. Yeah, Skeleton, they're definitely a unique tool. I didn't originally think that was something I'm like, oh, I don't know if I would use these, and now I'm finding a bunch of different uses for them. No, these are not toothpastes, Agrippa. Even though I would love to do that ad, I cannot. As much as I would love to put titanium white onto
Titanium
a toothbrush, I cannot do that.
Can you imagine calling it
Expert
titanium
acrylics
toothpaste?
on the wet palette? Yes or no, says T. Smid. He puts his on there, don't you?
Yeah, they're on a wet palette right now. All right, and I'm taking a little bit of khaki.
A little bit of khaki. Can you center up for me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna zoom in. One more. I love how that base came out. Nice. Just a little schmutz. Just a little schmutz. I don't lie. No, they are not. I am not condoning or telling you to ever put that on your toothbrush ever. If you do that, you are false and wrong. Cryo Cheese, what's up? Yes, Darth said, Jason said that they're allowed to all for maximum efficiency of brushstrokes when you need color. Yes. They are definitely very vibrant and very, very punchy. But I used a bunch of them on Smaug this last week. So if someone uses an old toothbrush to dry brush terrain with the expert acrylics, they're wrong. They should never use it to paint things. False. But if, Agrippa, I understand what you're trying to do here. And I would agree. You could use an old toothbrush to paint things that are not inside of your mouth, like terrain. Could be an effective way of doing that. But I don't know if lawfully I could get away with convincing the world that that's what the ad was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I can't just take an Oral-B toothbrush and take a picture with titanium white going on to it.
I mean, you could.
Of course I could, and it would look hilarious, and I could do a big check mark like X through it, like don't do this. But I think it would be hilarious.
You'd probably get fired.
Not fired.
No?
No, because I would show everybody, and it would not be approved. And I wouldn't, and because I wouldn't make it, because I wouldn't make it, because I don't want to, and I can't. So it would never come to fruition anyway. Crouchy says, painting looking lovely.
Why, thank you.
He's okay. Isn't that right, Jordan?
All right.
Ooh. And then he's going to take satin black and paint the
You
bases.
really want satin black, don't you?
I really want you to paint those rims satin black.
How about green?
No. Not in this case. Not this
Not
case.
green.
Yes, in another case. Not in this case. That's right. Agrippa, I will tell you what toothpaste I use. It is not titanium white, and I'm making that very clear that you should never do that. You should never do anything with your paint that involves eating, sniffing, tasting, chopping, whatever you want to
Drinking.
call it. Drinking,
Consuming.
consuming,
Anything
rubbing.
with an ing.
It's clearly sepia. Hey, I got good looking teeth, Agrippa. I take care of myself.
All
I
right.
do not do that. Uh-oh. Wait a second. Wait, hold on a second. So, Jordan, this tutorial video is how to properly paint a base rim. I want you to, in massive detail, tell us your process right now with the paints. I want you to tell us this process. Action. No, please. I'm actually being serious. Describe this for me.
Actually,
100%, dude. I want you to sell this to me right now.
why are we using satin black?
Because it's the best, dude.
It's not. That's a preference thing.
It is a preference. It's a preference.
I'd use
Use whatever you'd like then.
expert acrylic
Okay. Would you?
carbon black.
Yeah. Oh, do that for me then. Okay, let's back this up. Show me how to paint the base of a rim officially. Ready? One,
All right.
2, 3. Action.
Hello, camera. Welcome to this fantastic tutorial on how to paint the base rim for miniatures.
Nice.
Let me now show you in one simple tutorial step how to make the base rims of your miniatures as excellent as they possibly could be. One step, mind you, not 2, not 5, not 12, not even 42, but 1.
Good. Now walk me through this beautiful process, my
Step
lord.
1,
What's the color?
use carbon black expert artist acrylic and apply it to the base of your miniatures. Not on the model, not on the base texture, but the rim and the rim only.
Good.
Watch now as I place carbon black appropriately upon the race rim,
The race rim?
the base rim.
My God. Beautiful. No. It's not what I want. It's what he wants. Darth is asking on the next one, could you show us coal black? Hold on. Sorry, he's deep in tutorial mode. You'll hold questions, please. Thank you. Describe what you're doing, Jordan.
I'm gently placing carbon black upon the rim of the base
You center up.
in such a fashion as to completely cover said base rim.
It's beautiful. My gosh, I might actually switch over to carbon black. My God. Do another one. Show us again. Tell us in more detail. Show us everything. Open our eyes. Make a wish. Count to 3. Come with me.
And you'll see.
No, sorry. We can't. Copyright. Okay. Now, in beautiful detail, tell us what you're doing. Action.
I'm eating Procruel.
No. Shh. No. Back up. Tell us how to apply the paint to the rim.
I'm putting the paintbrush on the rim of the base. Okay, I'll be more specific.
I want
I'm
you to
sorry,
be
Chris.
very serious. Like, now approach this as in, I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
All right, shush.
Yeah.
Shush, shush. When applying carbon black to the edge of the base, use the side of your brush to create a clean line. You can see here, as I use the edge of my brush to smoothly apply the black to the base. You'll also notice I'm keeping my brush in one spot while I rotate the base with my other hand. This gets a nice consistent application of paint over the entire base. That will see your base rims completely covered in glorious, beautiful carbon black.
Now, when you paint Baby Yoda, can you please describe to us why you chose carbon black as your black?
Carbon black has a wonderful matte finish that's more of a flat matte instead of a hyper matte. So it has just a little bit of, just a tiny bit of sheen. Just beautiful, subtle sheen to it that gives the sense of the round nature of the base. If we were to use satin black, you would get much more shine than you would using the carbon black. And if you used full black from the Pro Curl line, you would have a completely hyper matte base with no shine on it at all. What do you want? What do you want from me? All right, just in case you missed it the previous time.
Yes. I
we're gonna
missed
take
everything.
the edge of the brush.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to apply it
Look at this,
at an angle
Jen.
like this.
It looks so good. Oh, yeah. That's good.
And we're going to rotate
That's really
brush.
nice.
and the model in an opposite direction.
That's right. Only top tier quality content for you, chat. Top tier. Beautiful work, Jordan. Recap it for me. Really really bring it
Sometimes
home.
a second layer may be necessary if your paint application was very thin. Sometimes it can be perfect the first time around. But it's going to be beautiful either way you go. What a beautiful finishing touch for all of the amazing miniatures that you paint in your future.
Wow. That was amazing. Send us out, Jordan. What a
Alright,
great
I'm getting the heck
capstone.
out of here.
Wow,
it's
look at
the
that.
weekend, folks. Make sure Christopher put some freaking links into chat so you guys can click on cool
Oh,
stuff.
I will. Here we go.
He's lagging behind here a little bit.
I was so mesmerized by that basing rim job.
Whoa!
Whoa!
He
Hey,
typed in
yo, you can
Discord
take that to the
wrong.
bank. Here we go.
Hey-o, everybody.
Oh, I typed Discord wrong because I
You
was so
did.
infatuated.
All right, everyone. Make sure you check out the store link. Buy all of the fantastic paints that we sell on monumenthobbies.com, or check out the FLGS link and buy Pro Curl from a store near you. Expert acrylics should be landing in stores at any moment. They've been going out all week. They've been getting orders all the week prior as well. So check your local CM stores if you haven't already. Check out the Discord link. Fantastic, amazing group of people on Discord. Lots and lots of painting tutorials and fun stuff to be had there. Great community, fantastic people, awesome paint jobs. Also, make sure you check out the YouTube. We got like VODs and stuff on there of past streams that you might
We
have
got
missed.
like VODs.
And also some pretty sick tutorials like the one that you just witnessed. Or if you didn't witness it, check out the VOD. We're going to find somebody to raid. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. That's Christopher and Jordan out. Bye-bye.